Now we have another speaker, Major General Dr. G.S. Lamba from the Baru Sahib University, and he will enlighten us about the significance of CSR in rural education. Over to you, sir.
Very good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I would be discussing with you in a very bird's eye view the significance of the corporate social responsibility towards rural education. I'd like to touch upon what is corporate social responsibility, rural environment and the challenges being faced in the rural education, what businesses can do to mitigate these challenges and enhance the inclusiveness, what are the challenges in implementation of CSR in the rural environment, and what are the suggested modus operandi to implement. The corporate social responsibility to this gathering, I am sure one doesn't have to explain that it is the responsibility of the businesses to contribute towards sustainable, economical, social and environmental development. No doubt, education is a very critical element for the rural development to empower rural youth to achieve their full potential. Also known as the ESG, that is the economical, social, governance component of it. The ethical and sustainable practices which the businesses do towards their contribution for society and the environmental developer is basically known as the corporate social responsibility, which helps the businesses also in making threefold achievements, that is, enhancing their reputation, attracting and retaining customers, and social licensing operations in a particular area or in a particular community. The trends in the business CSR allocations, however, have not been very encouraging for the border areas and the disturbed areas, and I possibly feel that the industries need to look at it with a little more passion. They need to address the poverty, the inequality, and the climate change challenges which exist for the rural areas. As one of the UNESCO studies talks about that rural areas, especially in India, where we are looking at 2/3 of our population in the rural areas, they have challenges of access to the quality education, that is the infrastructure, availability of resources, as well as funding. The businesses can actually provide youth with the knowledge and enhance their skills for their livelihood and quality of life. The special role for the rural areas which the businesses can actually play to promote education in terms of building up or promoting the infrastructure, resources, funding will go towards the nation building in fact. Whether it is in terms of building schools, providing suitable technology platforms, training teachers, or giving scholarship to the not only merit to the needy students, this will go a long way. There are successful examples of Microsoft Rural Innovation Fund in provisioning of computer and IT training in rural sectors. Also, the Tata Trust's initiative in digital learning, towards internship, towards placements. The 𝐾𝐜𝐧 society, to which I belong to, also has certain examples. Recently, where the Sony Pictures provided 1,500 computers which were deployed in 95 out of 129 𝐾𝐜𝐚 academies which are there, being maintained in 5 different states of India. There are challenges for the business to implement these projects in rural areas because the infrastructure and connectivity is still not what is there in the townships and in the cities. Limited access to the technology, lack of mentors as well as mentees in terms of suitable resources. There is a need of finding suitable and right partners and right projects to sustain such initiatives. There is a need for integration of government, non-government organizations as well as local resources in those areas. Training, internship and thereafter holding hand in placement of people at par is an important aspect of the CSR activities. How this can be mitigated? By using the NGOs operating in that area, the local resources, local culture, which people have to identify and implement projects in that manner. Local organizations which are operative in that area can play a very important role if the CSR activities hold their hands. In conclusion, I would like to say that the education is a very critical part to promote the overall inclusiveness of rural areas which are inhabited by a very vast majority of Indian population. By investing in the education through CSR initiatives, through finding right partners, identifying and implementing right projects will promote social and economic development and enhance their reputation as well as their social cause. We encourage businesses to actively promote rural education by supporting sustainable initiatives that address local needs and priorities. The 𝐾𝐜𝐧 society, from where I come from, has taken up this cause in a very big manner, where in 5 states, the education for female students as well as people who cannot reach the right institutions in bigger cities is made available to them in the villages itself, where the quality of providing the teaching learning environment is kept very high, which is available even in the metros. The same environment is made available to them in the villages. Thank you very much.
Please give a big round of applause. Now I would like to request Mr. Kamal Chabra sir and Mr. Madhuyala sir to come over the stage and present a moment to him.